Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Building a Nation with Polonia Warszawa. I've just tried out a new form of espresso and I am buzzing my tits off right now, so let's get in. Now before we do any of that, you might notice this screen is looking a little bit different. A lot more information being displayed on it this time, but I still think it looks really, really good. So massive shout out to TCS Skins for hooking me up with an early version of the new version of the skin. It's also been tweaked to work better with 85% view, which is what I use because my screens are quite big. So we've got a lot more information available and we can do a lot just from this one screen. We can even change the training focuses and stuff from here, and it's really good. We can see the pros and cons, training familiarity. There's a lot of stuff on here now that we can see at a quick glance, and I think that's going to really, really help us going forward. So I thought we'd start off on the page of Marcin Kluska, because apparently his name means dumpling in Polish. What more do you want, my little left-wing dumpling? But also, if there are any players you want to see the profiles of, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to show them at the start of a video or at some point when we get an opportunity. No pimp suit or suitable Polish attire for the transfer window? Standards are slipping. Well, I'm open to ideas for that, of course. Those of you new to the channel, I tend to get roped into doing strange things for transfer window episodes. What have we had so far? We had the transfer hat, we had the pimp costume, and various other things were being banded around. So I need something that's Polish appropriate to potentially present the transfer window in next season if we were to get promoted or something like that. So answers in the comments, I suppose. Can already tell there's going to be some belting nicknames in this based on the pronunciation so far. There's going to have to be. Oh, I've already got a list in my Google Doc of player rumours. I'm putting the nicknames in there too because we've got a few, along with Mr. Dumpling here. Go with Pyramid Head, of course. But we've also got Bartosz Wiśniewski, who apparently his name could sort of translate to cherry, so there you go. Piotr Mazlanka's name apparently means buttermilk or something along those lines too. And of course we've got the Mushroom Man, Pieczara. According to Google, Mazlanka translates to buttermilk. Poor Peter Mazlanka has become the butt of the jokes amongst his fellow teammates in recent times, as whether the team go for a curry, he always gets the buttermilk chicken because he, quote, can't handle any spice. So Usyk once went on record saying he tried a little bit of his madras and it damn near blew his head off. No exaggeration. So he's a good free kick taker, but he can't handle his curry. The things we learn from these. Mr. Loverman, Shabbat. I love that as well. I've also heard someone call him Black Shabbat, kind of like Black Sabbath, so we've got all sorts of jokes for him. So, originally, I was supposed to be coming back today, because this is like the second episode in a row I've had to do this, on the day of, I can't actually remember what game. Point is, I've forgotten I hadn't realised just how many rounds this cup could have. This cup competition has had more rounds in it than Phil Mitchell before he got a new liver. It's crazy, the amount of rounds. So as a result, we've had to cut it a little bit short and do what it appears to be another Warszawa derby against Ursus Warszawa, who I assume they have a bear associated with the club. Perhaps it was Wojtek. So yeah, that's going to be the game for today, a derby match instead, and then we'll finish things off in the next episode to get to the halfway point in the season. I'm just not sure of where the games are falling at the moment, so it's hard to judge it. Next season we'll know. But anyway, we've still had a big chunk of games off camera, so let's get into those now. Oh, Bruno Ball is revolutionising Polish football, I gotta say. So first we travelled away to Łomża, who are doing okay in the league, I think, at the time. They're still down towards the bottom a little bit, but I think they were just outside the relegation zone, if I remember. This was a weird one. I actually tried putting a striker later in the game. When I brought Michael Felix on, I brought him on as a striker, and he played okay, interestingly. But we took the lead early on through who else but Bartosz Wiśniewski. Who else was it going to be? Just getting a little tap in to make it 1-0. We were, however, conceding a few too many balls over the top in this one, and that's where most of their chances came from, and eventually they did get one through Mikhail Tarnowski to give them an equaliser. A good finish from him, to be fair. But in the second half, I brought Michael Felix on as a striker just to try that system out. I'd actually already played Pieczara there for a little bit later in this game, as you can see, but he just didn't have a very good game when he was in that position, unfortunately, and I think he's just better suited in the system we play to being a shadow striker, it just seems. Felix did okay when he came on, though. He played the ball around quite nicely and eventually set up a lovely ball in for, I think it was Kastelik that put the ball in the box, and there was Wiśniewski to get his second of the night. He has been in stunning form this year. Both of those two, Pieczara and Wiśniewski, as those shadow strikers, are both banging the goals in. It's really, really nice to see. Next up, we were away to Swit and got yet another victory. This team just played. Look at the midfield. Look at that. 6 key passes as well for Przyborowski. He was fantastic. 2 assists. Monstrous in the midfield in this game. Firstly, he set up Mateusz Góra to just drive one in the bottom corner. It's nice to see him back in the team. We then added a wonderful second goal when Wiśniewski got on the end of a lovely cross from Zmuda to head it home for another goal for himself. And we then added a third as Christian Pieczara got the ball on the edge of the box, rolled to him, hits it first time, absolutely drilled it home for 3-0. We had less shots in this match than we did in the last one, clearly, but we scored more goals and just looked a better unit overall. Everybody was doing their bit, and I think that's the way forward. I thought about the striker thing, but we just, we win games. We did then concede a goal, unfortunately. Runitsky went through and, yeah, another ball over the top. This time it really did cost us. I'm still looking into that, potentially. Next up, we found ourselves in this cup competition yet again, so I played a rotated side, as you do. Konrad Kastelik found himself based on the second phase of a set piece on the wrong side of the play, cuts inside and absolutely bends on with his right foot to give us the lead. We then added a second one through Mateusz Gora, arriving late in the penalty area. The reason I love this sort of system, getting on the end of it completely unmarked and volleying or half volleying at home for 2-0. He then had a header hit the post, hit the goalkeeper and go in to make it 3. It would have been, I wish it would have credited to him. Before Jacob Kaminski gets the ball on the edge of the area and just bashes one in the bottom corner. We do love a goal from the edge of the area. This team has got long shots for days. But then in the next game, we finally dropped points for the first time since the opening day of the season, unfortunately. And it's my fault. I tried to do something different in this game. I pushed us to a higher line because my assistant kept saying, that's a way that we can stop this. We went to higher line, offside trap. It just, higher line of engagement and everything. And it just didn't really work for us on the night. They took the lead through Michael Miller. A free kick, fair enough. And we still defended fairly well in this game, but we just didn't look as good attacking for some reason. We then did get ourselves an equaliser, thank God. Pieszczara pulled into a lovely bit of space and hit the ball first time to give us an equaliser, but we couldn't push on and get the win. He was still man of the match, but I immediately reverted back after that because the changes I made, and immediately we didn't win a match. And this was still a tough game, but it was points dropped, unfortunately. Thankfully, Legia lost at home. I think it was actually to Ursus in this match, on this match day, which meant that we actually gained a point on them rather than losing. Actually, it was Ostroda they lost at home to. But I reverted back to what we knew best, and we were able to go ahead and get the win away at Lechia. This one was a weird one. Like, we were pretty good for the most part in this match, doing what we normally do, but we just couldn't find a breakthrough. Then, they scored with their first shot of the game after 52 minutes. The ball was laid in to Przybora, and he just smashes it from range. Unfortunately, Kowalczyk had to be in goal today because we had an injury to our actual goalkeeper, and he was the only one left, and maybe his injury didn't help him save it because he only had one shot to face and he let it in. Very frustrating. Thankfully, they got a red card on 70 minutes, so we just threw everything at them. Thankfully, again, 2 wonderful crosses were put in. First one, I think, was by Kasalik, put in there. Back post is Martin Kluska. Actually, I think he got further infield this time to make it 1-1, and then 3 minutes later, the ball was put in, I think this time by Suchek, and there was Martin Kluska on the end of it again to put us back in front, or rather in front for the first time, for a 2-1 victory. Still unbeaten since the opening day and looking tasty. Next, we had yet another cup game. I might actually have to stop showing the highlights of these ones just because it takes too long in the videos sometimes, but not right now. Right now, we're enjoying the novelty. So we took the lead through Olszak from a corner. The ball came to him and he smashed it home. Nice to see him get a goal or two. Took us to the second half though. Then we went 2-0 up as Gora got through and just bent one. The goalkeeper was pretty useless for them in this game. They did then get one back, and Krobak's goal. Now, this is ridiculous. He gets the ball out on the left. He's practically on the touchline, whips the cross in, and it just goes straight into the box. Into the goal, rather. I think that calls for running the segment. What the f*** was that? The goalkeeper has not covered themselves in glory over the last 2 matches, but unfortunately our first choice keeper, we just didn't have any other keepers, I don't think. Maybe should have brought one up from the under-21s or whatever. Definitely a thing to consider in the future. That being said, they wanted to give their own effort for being the worst team in the world, and their defender cleared it against another defender to give us a 3-1 lead, and then we added one more as Olszak's free kick was just sort of bashed into his own net by their goalkeeper, who really did have a piss-poor day. And then to cap things off, probably the most textbook Polonia performance we've had this season, in all honesty. Brilliant. 60% possession. We created loads of chances in this match. Could have had 4 or 5 goals, in all honesty. Bit disappointed to only get the 2, but it doesn't matter. We were brilliant defensively. Didn't even give them a shot on target. Really, really good. We scored a brilliant goal, literally right off the kickoff. The ball was out to Vojiga on the left-hand side. He whipped it across, and there was practically 3 players lining up to put that ball in the net. Pieszczara got it, and fair play to him for that one. And then a deflected cross put through, and there was Jan Peltz to smash one in to make it 2-0 and kill the game off. Brilliant again from Przyborowski in the midfield. Those key passes, he is just racking them up. It's brilliant. And this is the best part. We're 5 points clear at the top because, and I think there is a reason for this, I think Legia have had to dip into their second team to bring some of their players up to the first team because their performances have really dipped over this past little spell. They lost 2 in a row at one point, including at home to Ursus and away at Ostroda. So yeah, they really have dropped off the pace at the moment. We're now 8 points clear of them because they can get promoted, and it honestly feels like Ostroda might be our biggest rivals for promotion this year, but we're 5 points clear. We're actually bloody doing it. They're still unbeaten this year, but we've won 11 out of 13 matches. And apparently this Kulanov guy actually had a trial with Juventus in the summer, so you can see why he's tearing up this league, in all honesty. But today is not going to be an easy task at all. We are away from home at a team who have 25 points. They're one of the stronger sides in this league. It's another derby, I suppose. If anyone knows anything about Ursus, then do let me know, and hopefully we can just keep the good run going. You know, Legia are away at Swit today, so you feel they'd probably do well. But, you know, Ostroda are away at the 6th place side, so there might still be hope for us yet. We are the favourites, though, so as you'd expect. Pretty happy with the team at the moment, although I might probably bring Kluska back in instead of Peltz, although they've both played superbly well. Except I don't think I'm allowed to because of the rules. Might try Catholic at centre-back, actually, like they're suggesting. Yeah. With Piotr, he just seems to perform well when he's in the team. Look at that, 7.63 when he's performed in that middle role. It's much better than Zavshikrai. It's just better. Although he did hand in a transfer request because I wasn't giving him enough football, but he might change his mind if we start giving him football. So yeah, that'll be the bench. Zavshikrai, Nibirski, Malek, Gorda, Zmuda, Kluska, and of course Michael Felix, who he's done okay upon coming off the bench. And it's another Christmas Tree of Doom. Right then, it's another Warszawa derby. Don't know much about this one, but they have a cool kit. Hopefully we can go there and demolish them. Well, they are actually going to play that system. I've noticed a few times that my assistant or whoever's been scouting has got the formations wrong a little bit, particularly in the cup, but that's probably because they're lower league teams. First piece of business as well is we actually have a new kit sponsor. A local company are sponsoring us for £35,000 a year. It's a nice bit of extra money, and we're going to probably need that at the moment because we're not doing great in the finances. Just realised, they're playing the Christmas Tree of Doom, Matt. You've got to make sure that you switch this stuff over. Okay, so we're keeping a lot of the ball so far. Not a huge surprise there. That's just what we do. Priporovsky. Or Wisniewski could go for the long. Pelts is through. Great save from and Soko Ostrada are winning their match, so we've got to be careful here. A good start from us, though. We've created a clear-cut opportunity already. Pelts his ball in. Something else I noticed as well. If you see someone asking a question in the comments, just be polite to them. Not everyone knows exactly what we're doing here and everything, so just, if you know the answer, just, you know, even if it's the meme of things about how I got those face packs, just, you know, play into the joke. Be nice to people is all I'm saying. Voidiger, getting the ball now. We've got a lot of the ball so far, which is very good. Borovsky, oh, that's not so great. He could have done with just bringing that one down, really. And I'm going to be making sure that when I try to sign players, the passing and vision are going to be crucial for virtually every player we try to sign, whether they be defenders or attackers. Lipinski, watch out, he's going to cut this inside. He's going to go alone, and he's scored. Simon Lipinski cuts inside for Ursus, and they've scored with their first shot on target. God damn, we need to take our chances, and this could be a blow for us if we don't turn this into a win. All is not lost. We were behind, I believe, in the last match we played as well. Lipinski, they just don't close him down fast enough. There's too many players around him here, and nobody puts a tackle in. It's a great strike down in the bottom corner, and now we've got some work to do, lads. We've not lost since the opening day of the season. It's 13 games unbeaten so far. Let's try and keep that record going today. A draw, I guess, wouldn't be the worst result in the world, because it is away from home, but I would prefer to see us do better than that. No! Oh, God. The cross is deflected through, and they've managed to score again. Muzhinski now with the goal. Right, now we're really up against it. We might have to go on to attacking. I think we could be in for our first defeat since the opening day of the season here. This game's been so even so far as well. It's so frustrating for this to... Does this deflect? Yes, it does. That's fun. Oh, and the defenders and... Oh, God. Luck's really not with us in that one, is it? And we're also going to get creative. We need to do something here. That's very bad for us. Swit are beating Legia, though. That's huge. I wonder if our distribution might be better if we just go to that. The wide play makes sense still, I think. Trying again, I guess. I'd like it if he wouldn't shoot from all of these and would actually try and pick someone out. Wisniewski, saved! Kasalik, yes! Well, we've got one back now. 2-1 on the stroke of half-time. I think we've deserved that. We've still been pretty all right in this game so far. Bit unfortunate maybe 2v2 goals down in this one, but Kasalik getting on the rebound from a free kick. His second goal of the season. Someone said we should call him Conrad Catholic. I mean, maybe we will, because we've got Jesus on our side. It's annoying because I feel like on the balance of play, in most games we wouldn't be losing this one. We've just got a bit unfortunate, really. They've scored two. The first goal was just a great strike, and the second one we got a bit unfortunate with the deflections and whatnot. But we still need to do better than this. It's good that Legia are losing, though. That's definitely going to help us. This needs to be a great second half. Even if we could just get back to a draw, coming from 2-0 down to pull it back to a draw would show real good character for me, and it would keep that unbeaten record that we've got as of late. They've done nothing, and we're just not creating enough at the moment. We are getting more possession, though. We can, actually, if we bring Nibirski on. Yeah, we can, actually. I'm going to make 3 subs now just to freshen things up a little bit. I think we're going to have to. We've got nothing to lose in this match at the moment, other than the match which we're already losing. It does look as though we're going to lose our first game for quite a long time, and they've had 2 shots on target, and they've both gone in. Mother of Christ. I feel like we play this game 10 times, and we probably win about 7 of them and draw the other 3. But there you go. Yeah, that's going to do it. We're going to lose here in the local derby. That's piss poor. Then again, it's not like we played particularly badly on the night. We just got stiffed in a way. At least, Legia turned it round as well. Brilliant. 2 goals from Rajinski late on in that match have caused them to flip it around. So the gap has been cut somewhat, but this was always going to be a very, very difficult game against a tough opponent. I still think we've been mugged off a little bit, but we have to defend a little bit better. We're usually very good. It just wasn't our day, unfortunately. Hopefully we can flip this around, though, and keep pushing on in the next few matches, though, because we've been really good. You know, to go on a 13-match unbeaten run, or 12 matches or whatever, is very, very good. And if we can keep doing that, recover, I think we're going to be fine. It's just a bit disappointing to have it happen in the way that it did today. But hey, football is like that. Swings and roundabouts and all that jazz. So next episode, of course, we're going to go away and do Legion over off camera in the next match, and then we're going to come back and do a double live call of both of these chaps here. And then the other one, it will just be an off camera game because it's another cut match instead, and then we'll do the whole thing off there. So yeah, double live call in the next episode, a bit more football for you guys to actually watch. Oh, look at this, all this green, and then a 2-1 defeat. What I would say though, both of our defeats have been a little bit on the unfortunate side, and that to me is a very, very good thing. There's very few games in which we've actually played just outright bad in, and I'm pleased with that. Anyway, despite the defeat, if you have enjoyed this episode and the way we've been playing so far, drop a like on the video. Total football ain't always going to work, but it very nearly did today again, and I'll see you guys soon. Wait, no, drop a like on the video, that'd be good, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and then I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Ta-ra.